Today we'll be doing our presentation on Virgin Media. I'm Chris Williamson.
I'm Jeremy Stapleton.
Colin Hamlin.
Jacob Moran.
I'm Eric Story.
Andy Vargas. Alright, now we're going to talk about a few features in Virgin Media's products. The first is they have the largest fiber optic network in the UK for their broadband, which fiber optics is essentially optically pure glass as thin as the human hair that allows data to be traveled over long distances, both given and receiving from users. Fiber optics is becoming more common as technology progresses than the standard metal cables because they're lighter, thinner, they have a larger bandwidth, which allows data to be given and received faster.
And in this graph you can see their free cash flow is increasing, which is helping out their net income.
As you can see here, Neil Burkett took over in March of 2008, and this is right after a merger, and this is right before the World Depression and recession. So this is why the stock prices are so low. However, right after this depression, you can tell that stock prices have been, they're higher than they've ever been.
The next threat is telecommunications and media industry. It's always changing. Take Apple, for instance. They are always coming out with a new iPhone, new iPad, and they stay ahead of the game. And if you don't innovate, come out with new products, then you will lose customers. And the bottom here is out of an article saying that Europe happens even more often as they're moving at a very fast pace.
Next, sales and gross profit. Just the main thing to point out here is even in years where the sales aren't increasing greatly, 2009 to 2010, the gross profit is still increasing, which shows that Neil Burkett has a company running fairly efficiently. There's not a lot of waste going on. Next is the interest coverage, which is the earnings before interest and taxes, and how many times you can pay off your interest expense with that. And since the interest expense was so great, through 2008, through 2010, they weren't even able to pay it off one time with their earnings before interest and taxes. A good ratio to have is 1.5 because that leaves money left over. And in 2011, and then the TTM is trailing 12 months, they're starting to finally reach that value.
Their other product they definitely promote is their cloud data services. So it's a way to outsource some costs. If you're a growing business, you have software, hardware, computers. If you hire a new employee, you need to buy a computer and install all the tools that they would need on it. So instead, Virgin is saying we are able to have all the infrastructure for you, all the computers and the servers and the database storage. And let's say you start slowing down as a business, that doesn't go to waste anymore, and you only pay for what you use. So it wouldn't be just sitting there if you had to let go of that employee, now you just have a computer and all the applications just sitting there. You only pay for what you use, so it helps them cut down on cost. And also, we've all used it in some form, cloud data services. So if you have a Gmail or a Yahoo, you're not using your email system that's on your computer. You're logging in online and go to it, and then there's all your data through it stored on Google's cloud or Yahoo's. It's all right there. So we all have experience in some way.
Does anybody in here know what EPL stands for? Any sports fans? Soccer fans? It stands for the English Premier League. And Virgin Media has great financial success as a result of the EPL because they own the exclusive rights to the UK broadcasting live games. And as you may or may not know, soccer is the biggest sport around the world, except for in America. So that's helped them benefit greatly. And also, they're thinner, lighter, and then this is
B is positive. So as an investor, you're looking, you're seeing this, and you're seeing that B is a little more, just a little more pleasant to do business with. You don't want to invest in a company that is not, you're not getting returns on.
But I thought they had it in Ireland too, in Scotland, in other areas.
Yeah, that's part of the UK.
Don't tell that to people in Ireland. Kind of like saying Europe is part of France.
In February of
Virgin Media.
There you go. Okay, good job.
Good job.